All right, guys. So today we're working on the United Kingdom political fact sheet. First thing you're going to want to do is bring up your United Kingdom read document. Question number one asks you to tell me about the religion in the United Kingdom. All right, that's pretty easy. We just are going to scroll down until we get to the religion section right here. You read this section, you look at this, and you just fill me in. What's the religion like in the United Kingdom? Culture. Remember, religion is part of culture, so you're going to need to definitely read that. You need to look at your ethnic groups, your languages, and then, of course, come all the way down here and actually read the culture section. So all those work together to give you a more complete understanding of the culture in the United Kingdom, and then you're going to tell me about it in a few sentences. Population makeup is going to come from a few places as well. You're going to have your population information here. You have your urban population, your percentage urban population, population density, your total population, world share of the population, and all that. And then if you come down even further, you have your population pyramid, which is going to give you some good information. And then if you come down further, you have your demographic trends information, which is going to give you some information that you can put in here. Who has the power in the political system? Okay, so you're going to come down to government. Now, this first section, all the way down to here, this is kind of history. I would start if you kind of wanted to get like maybe here, 1922 and forward. But if you really want to talk about like the political system and how it's set up, that's going to start here where it says, the constitutional monarchy and a parliamentary democracy. So your two powers that are really going to be, kind of running or having anything to do with the government is the monarchy and the parliament. So those are really kind of like your bigger political power players in the system. How is power shared at the national level? Again, this is going to come here. It tells you how it's broken down. Parliament's bicameral. You have an upper chamber, a lower chamber, all that. You have your ministers and all that. So that's what's going to go in here, how that power is broken down. And then how is power shared with small units in the United Kingdom? So this is more like local government, like how is the local government handled? And then that is going to be like your last sentence in this section here. Now, I'm going to close out of this. Now, this number 7 is a little more complex. It's going to require that you have read the entire read doc and kind of have a good understanding of what is going on. So there exists a concept known as the political compass. This concept helps sort out what type of government a government is. So think of a regular compass, but the political compass is set up so that the more north you go, the more authoritarian the government is. This means the government has more control. The more south you go, the more libertarian the government is. This means the government has less control. If you go west or to your left, you start getting more liberal. And if you go right or to your east, you start getting more conservative. So I'm going to show you a picture of a compass kind of to explain what it looks like. So here is your political compass. So you have, authoritarian, libertarian, right, conservative, left, liberal. So you might have different people or different governments in different places. So, for example, you might have like, Bernie Sanders, is more left, but, more about government being involved. So he might be up here somewhere. You have Joe Biden, who is, left, but he's pretty center as far as, the government having more or less control. You might have, Hitler, all the way up here at the top of authoritarian. Stalin is going to be all the way up here at the top of authoritarian, but they're on different sides of the coin. He was more concerned with, himself, whereas Stalin, at least, did make changes to try to do some weird system that helped his people. It didn't really work out, but he did try. Hitler was just all about the power. And so you have to decide, like, based on these things, where the United Kingdom would be. Would it be over here? Would it be over here, here, somewhere in the middle? Like, where would they fall on this system? All right. And so that is what you're supposed to be answering here. But you need to be specific. Now, this one is going to probably take you 3 or 4 sentences, I would say. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to answer it in like a word or two. So just make sure that you're, trying to explain why you think it is what it is. Even if you're not quite right, as long as you're giving me an explanation that makes sense, you will probably get credit for the question. All right, guys, so that is it, and I hope that this helps.